Morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. So it's that time of the year. It's Christmas time. The 1 month out of the year where everybody is nice to each other and we're not all assholes to each other. Well, it would appear that way. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. What's been going on in my life, as well as just some nitpicky rants that have been bothering me as of late. So let's start with this time of the year. Of course, everybody knows it's Christmas time. We're all out running around trying to make sure we get the proper gift, make sure that everybody on our list is checked off, etc., etc., etc. But for some people, saying Merry Christmas offends them. Now, last I checked, this was Christmas time. We celebrate, for me, it's about celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. For others, it's about presents and Christmas trees and Santa Claus, etc., etc. They don't do traditional songs in elementary schools anymore. They don't sing, Silent Night or any of that other stuff. In fact, I don't even think they do Christmas pageants or Christmas, shows in elementary school anymore for fear of offending somebody. It's Christmas time, for freak's sakes. Give me a break. You're going to tell a kid, oh, we can't do a Christmas pageant because little Jimmy's mom might get upset and sue the school. It's ridiculous. When I was a kid, we used to do it all the time. Every year we'd have a Christmas show and we'd do different stuff. And you incorporated pretty much both aspects of it, from a secular aspect and well, not so much religious per se, but you saying, Silent Night and stuff like that. I don't understand how somebody can get pissed off by saying Merry Christmas. So you don't celebrate it from a religious standpoint. Okay, no big deal. But I should still be able to say Merry Christmas and not have to resort to saying Happy Holidays or Happy Winter Festival of Lights and non-religious something or other. I don't know. People just need to, relax a bit. Now, what's going on in my life as of late? Well, not a whole lot. Aside from, the kids are growing up, and Ella's 7 months old, Xander's 2 now, well, over 2 now, and talking like crazy. We took them in to see Santa Claus last week and got their pictures taken, and they looked really cute. Working, as usual, as you can see, hence the red uniform, well, jacket. It's going to be busy though for us, what with helping out with the church and everything. So I'm looking forward to Christmas time. I like Christmas time personally. It's not just the whole getting the presents and stuff. It's getting together with the family and friends and seeing people that you don't see a lot of the time and hanging out and having some good fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Now on to one of my rants, and that is bus and SkyTrain etiquette. Now, I know we all know that the SkyTrain system, or rather the transit system, I should say, in Surrey, is not all it's cracked up to be. But in the morning times, when I go to work, it's pretty decent. You're going to get a bus about every 10 minutes, a SkyTrain every 2 to 5 minutes maximum. Okay? So, why then do you have these people running a bloody marathon, booking it to the bus, or booking it to the SkyTrain, because God forbid they have to stand for 45 minutes on a train? Okay, I get 5 in the morning, we're all tired, I get that, okay? But you don't have to be all shovey, push, because you don't want to stand. And it drives me absolutely nuts watching these people run for a SkyTrain that's up 2 flights of stairs. They're not going to get there in time, but they're running like, the cops are after them or something, like they just stole a loaf of bread or something, even though they're not going to get there. Same goes for when you're getting off the bus or particularly off the SkyTrain at each station, for an example. And there's people standing there in the doorway, this happened this morning, and you're trying to get out, and they're just standing there. Well, this morning, this one guy who was in front of me had the balls to say to these people, get out of the, pardon my French here, get out of the fucking way, let people get off first before you get on. And of course, they just stood there with this like blank stare on their face, like they had no idea what the hell he was saying, until he started flaring his arms around, and then they moved. But it's like, come on, people. If you see me getting off the train, move to the side, let me off, then you can get on, and run for your precious seat that you have to have. I don't understand why people can't have a bit of courtesy towards each other. You know, it's like I said in a previous post. Everybody has this me attitude. You know, screw everybody else. You know, it's all about me and what I need and what I want and what I have to do. And I just think, you know, I mean, we should all try to help each other out. You know, and have a bit of common decency to, like, be nice to each other sometimes. You know, I know we all have our own issues that are going on in life. I know we have our own problems and what have you. But, you know, when you're seeing somebody on the street, say hi. Smile at them. Don't look away like, oh God, they're going to ask me for money, or they're going to ask me for cigarettes, or they're going to ask me for something else. You know, and that's unfortunately what's happened with society nowadays, is everybody thinks that everybody's out to screw everybody else. What else can I rant about? Oh, I know. I just thought of this. When you're waiting for the bus, and you see the line is going this way, and yet some people decide that the line should go this way. So then you have like an L-shaped line formation. So the people that are going this way, I'll do it this way, the L part, the shorter sticky part, seem to think that they have the right to get on the bus first, when in fact it's actually not the case. The people behind you, making the long part of the L, were there first. Ergo, they go on first and you wait your turn. But you get these people who stand there. Now, strollers are the exception, okay? I'm sorry, if there's a stroller there, they get to go on first. They're a stroller or a wheelchair or an elderly person with a cane or a blind person, etc., etc. They get to go on first. That's a gimme. But you get these people who get on first, or push their way on first, rather, I should say, and give you the look of death because you try to get past them. And they think it's their God-given right to sit, you know, to get on first. And it goes right back to what I said a second ago. You know, you're going to get a seat. If you don't get a seat and you have to stand, oh well. Like, it's not the end of the freaking world that you have to stand on a bus or stand on the SkyTrain. But it's people have this mentality that, no, I can't stand, I have to sit. Actually, there was one guy on the train, or on the bus, a couple weeks ago when Amanda and I were on the bus, and all he did, the entire, maybe 10 minutes or 12 minutes that we were on the bus, was bitch and complain about the fact that he had to stand. And, oh, it's not safe. Oh, I might get hurt. Oh, that bus driver's got a lead foot. Now, granted, some of the bus drivers do slam on the brakes quite hard, and I understand that they have to sometimes. But you don't have to sit there and mope and complain and bitch about it because you have to stand. Oh, well, so you have to stand. I actually turned around to this guy. I said, dude, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes we have to do stuff in life that we don't like. Sometimes we have to stand on a bus. To which he told me to fuck off and blah, 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 blah. And then Amanda starts, you know, pulling on my arm going, honey, just calm down, you know, let it go. I'm like, no, I'm not going to let it go. I don't need to be sitting here on the bus for 10, 15 minutes, hearing some guy bitch about how the fact that he doesn't want to stand for the entire trip. Now, granted, I should add to this, the guy was mentally challenged. He had a disorder, which, okay, fair enough. Okay, you know, that's fine. But that still doesn't mean that you have to bitch for the entire trip about standing. I don't like standing, but I have to do it sometimes. It's part of what happens. You know, now, at the same time, though, on the flip side of the coin, if they were to add more buses, then maybe, you know, things might not be as congested. But be that as it may, it's not that way, and sometimes we have to stand. It's just the way it is. Reality of things. So I'm done ranting that. Now, my last rant that I wanted to talk about was Facebook. Everybody out there has a Facebook account, or a Twitter account, or a MySpace account, or a Foursquare's account, or some sort of social networking site that they utilize. Okay? Now, for me, both my wife and I are, I would say, pretty addicted to Facebook. You know, I've got my phone's got a Facebook app. I check that quite frequently. A laptop, the home computer, etc., etc. It seems that either one of us can't go more than, say, 10 minutes without checking it. because God forbid we miss if somebody's status gets updated with, I went to bed. I'm sitting on the toilet. My kid's driving me crazy and I want to rip my hair out, but I can't find the Tylenol bottle, so I'll just sit here and update my status. My point being is we have become, in this society, in this generation, so engrossed with the useless knowledge, if you will, as far as needing to know what everybody is doing at every single second. It's almost like being a peeping Tom, standing on someone's bedroom window, going, I wonder what they're doing. And then you get the constant notifications for games. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 games that I play. That's it. Poker, CSI. I used to play Frontierville. I don't play Farmville. Mafia Wars I play. And then there's, I think, maybe 1 or 2 more. But you constantly get these updates. Like I think the other day I checked, I had 96 updates for games that I don't play. Or people wanting to add me to their Facebook and I don't even know them. Or they're a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, twice removed kind of thing, and they want to add me. Well, I don't know you from a hole in the wall, ergo, why should I add you to my Facebook account? Just so you can see everything that I'm doing? No, I have it set, my privacy settings set for a reason, to friends only, for that reason. I don't need the entire world knowing that Xander's driving me crazy, or I'm off to work. You know, try to spice up a bit. I'm utilizing my education to further my advancement of how to sit on my ass and not do any work today. That sounds better than I'm going to work. Now, should any of you feel like you have the need or the want or the desire to comment on this, I would thoroughly enjoy reading your comments. One person that I was reading today for a blog about how I hate Facebook said they hate when people put up a picture of themselves and then say how rank they are. Well, then why the hell did you put it up in the first place? I'd love to be able to put there, go, yes, you are ugly. Have you put on weight, Porky? Was their comment, which I enjoyed that quite immensely. Anyways, feel free to comment and we'll talk to you.